the summary of the book in 2 words. When we had the horrible policy in 2017 and 18 of separating the families at the border, through my foundation, I heard the story of a little girl, a blind girl, that was separated from her mom. And the story is just terrible. So I started thinking about the experience of being separated, and when parents send their children alone to save them. Would I do that as a mother? It's a question that I had to ask myself many times. And then I started remembering in history that so many times this has happened. And I was reminded of the kinder transport. And so the book begins with this Jewish little boy called Samuel, whose mother has to put him in a train and send him into exile to London, to England, not knowing who is going to pick him up there, what kind of life he's going to have, or if she's ever going to see him again. And actually, the boy never sees anybody of his family. The Nazis exterminate them all. And so he has a life. He's now 86 years old, living, sheltering in place in his house in Berkeley because of COVID, with his housekeeper, who's called Leticia, and the housekeeper is from El Salvador. And Annie, ¿está aquí Annie? Yeah, so Annie, mi amiga, mi íntima amiga del Salvador. Sorry, I was switched to Spanish. Spanglish. I do that with my husband. And, I do that with Roger, and he's from the Bronx. He looks at me as if I was crazy. Well, Annie helped me a lot, and with all about the part about El Salvador. And so Leticia, who is also running away for her life, finds herself with this old man, and then this little girl, Anita, who has been separated from the mother, and the mother is lost in the shuffle of the bureaucracy, ends up being received by this man. And so the story for me is the story of Samuel, mm-hmm. because he starts the book and ends the book. And it is the transformation of this man who lives with such a horrible hole in the heart, such a trauma, that he wants a very sheltered and secure life. He doesn't want risk. He has a wild wife that I love because she sleeps with everybody. And Nadine. And
she's amazing.
But he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to know what she does, the bad or the good, because it's just upsetting for him. Everything is upsetting. And then finally, when he finds himself, when he meets Anita and sees that Anita is going through what he went through, he relives his own separation and his own trauma and opens his heart and opens his house and takes the risk for the first time. So at 86, the guy changes. So for me, that's the story. Of course, it's Anita and it's immigration and it's refugees and all that, but it's about the people who, not about so much about the victims, but about those who are trying to help. Some of them are forced by circumstances, but others, in this country there are 40,000 lawyers that work pro bono to represent the kids in courts. They are all women. Almost, no, not all, but almost all women. The same with the social workers, with the psychologists, with the people who, because there's no glory, no fame, no money in this work, just heart.